young mathematicians. Today we are going to learn something that might surprise you. Almost everything you do with fraction, all those tricks you have been memorizing, they are all the same thing. And that thing is multiplying by 1. I know it sounds boring, but stick with me because this is secretly one of the most powerful ideas in all of math. How many of these have you heard? Criss Cross Applesauce, draw a butterfly, Kentucky Fried Chicken, or keep change slip. You have probably been told to memorize all of these. Each one is a different trick for a different kind of problem. That is a lot to remember. What if I told you almost all of these are really the same thing? Parents, I want to talk to you for a second. Some of you might be nervous that I'm going to teach your child a different way that will confuse them. I completely understand that concern, but I want to be clear. What I am going to show is not a different method. It is the same operations, the same principles, and the same answers. I am just showing your child why those steps work. Think of it this way. You could teach someone to bake a cake by giving them a list of steps. Preheat the oven to 350. Mix dry ingredients. Add eggs. Bake 30 minutes. They can make a perfectly good cake. But what happens when they want to make muffins or banana bread? Or they are at a high altitude and the cake keeps falling. The gas and bubbles from the baking soda expand faster and bigger. If they understand that eggs hold these things together and baking soda makes things rise, they can adapt to any recipe. I am not changing the recipe. I am helping your child understand why the steps work and where you can be flexible. Let's start with something you already know. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 83 is 83. Multiplying by 1 does not change anything. That is what makes 1 special. Mathematicians have a fancy name for this. They call 1 the identity element for multiplication, because things keep their identity when you multiply by 1. Here's where it gets interesting. 1 has a lot of disguises. 2 over 2 is 1. 7 over 7 is 1. 453 over 453 is 1. Any number divided by itself equals 1. So if I multiply something by 2 over 2, I have not changed its value at all. I just changed what it looks like. And that is the whole game. That is the power of 1. Now let's use this idea. Watch carefully. I'm going to show you exactly what is happening when you slash and divide numbers by the same thing and replace it with the answer to the division problem. Let's reduce 12 over 18, the way most kids learn it. Slash through the numbers, divide top and bottom by the same thing, and write new numbers. It works, but you have no idea why. Now watch. Factor the numerator. 2 times 2 times 3. Factor the denominator. 2 times 3 times 3. Now rearrange. See the 2 over 2? That is 1. See the 3 over 3? That is also 1. So we have 1 times 1 times 2 over 3. The 2 over 3 was hiding in there the whole time. We did not do anything to it. We just found the ones and peeled them away. Here is something you may not know. Standardized math tests are timed. They are written on purpose to reward kids who understand concepts over kids who are just memorize steps. If you are mechanically dividing the top and bottom over and over, trying to reduce 360 over 480, that is eating up your clock. If you can factor spot the ones and see that it is 3/4, you just save yourself time for the next 3 problems. You don't have to factor them into primes. Just look for factors that will give you ones in disguise. It is easy to see these both have a 10 factor. If you know your 12s, you can see that easily also. Let's review what we learned. 1 is the identity element. Multiplying by 1 does not change anything. 1 comes in a lot of disguises, like 2 over 2 or 7 over 7. And reducing fractions is just finding those hidden ones and removing them. In part 2, we are going to use 1 in the other direction. Instead of taking ones away, we are going to multiply by 1 on purpose to compare fractions. See you there!